Hey everyone, Shelley here from Cavan, Ontario. Shelley S from Shelley S Inspiring You. Today I wanted to come on and ask, do you ever scare yourself? Do you ever scare yourself? And I'm not talking like, ooh, like scared. What I want to more talk about is, do you have fears, right? Do you have a fear you want to get rid of? I'm going to tell you a little story. And, I had something happen to me last week. And if I dig deep enough, and when I did in my self-image, when I was doing some new, I was doing some new personal development last year, which now I'm coaching on, was I discovered that I had a huge fear of feeling unworthy, of feeling not worthy of a lot of things. And if this resonates with you, put me in the comments. But I had a fear that, I don't know, I've gotten to different points in my life that, I get so far and I feel I'm doing really good and I'm in a good place and you're surrounded by good people, and people that resonate with you and people that, you're on the same page in that, and then there's a right or left turn, and it's like the universe testing you, right? And I had something happen to me last week, and it wasn't deliberate, it wasn't anything like that, but I had this old fear come back. Of, this is where I thought I was, and this is who I thought I was surrounded by, but really when I dug through it, I dug through a lot of, looking at the external, and then when I looked inside, it was me, I was taking ownership, I was allowing myself to feel unworthy. And you know what? I am worthy, and I know this, but I want you to know that even when you've practiced at something and you've really worked hard to get rid of a fear or something that scares you, when something that happens that scares yourself, and, old feelings or negative talk or, that self-talk that's not good comes back in. I just sat with it for a bit, and then I dove deep into myself and I read some books. I read a really good book on Saturday morning, The Seven Spiritual Laws, and it really, really helped me. And I realized what my paradigm was that was coming back in. So, I helped myself, and I reached out to my mentor, Kathleen, and she sent me something to look at and read, and it really helped. So so I'm asking yourself, do you ever scare yourself? Do you have a fear that you want to get rid of, right? And what I want you to understand about the story I just told you and what I'm about to say is, fear is a product of your mind. That was all in my head. It was all in my head. It's a mental process, and you can actually use your mind to stop it and live more satisfying and flip the switch. You've heard me say that. I flipped the switch. I dug deep and I got myself out of it. Now, if you're like most of us, right? If you're like most of us, you wrestle with more different versions of the fear, or you start justifying it, or you start saying, well, if that person hadn't done this, or if this person hadn't done that, you got to look inside, right? You got to look inside, and why did you feel that way when that person spoke to you that way, or when that person shared something and you were like, it didn't resonate with you, but you have to think about that. So whether a fear originates from a previous bad experiences or the unknown, remember, it's not the circumstance that's making you anxious. It's the mental process that is causing worry and doubt to rise within you. And it's a process that you can reverse with a little understanding, and you really can. And I was able to do that. I was able to work through that old paradigm and push it away again and say, this is not for me. This is not who I am. I am worthy. So when you back away from a fear-inducing situation or person, your fear grows larger and larger until you deal with it. So basically, running away is not going to change it. Walking away is not always going to change it. It may reduce the negative energy at the time, and I'm not saying not to do that, but you need to deal with it. You need to deal with it from inside, right? You need to get to that point that dominates your thinking. What is it? You know, dig deep and feeling, and you know, maybe it keeps you up at night, right? So you need to face the fear. And I'm sure we've all heard this. I know you've heard this. I know you need to face your fears, right? Your ability to confront and act despite your fears is key to your mental freedom. So it's flipping the switch. It's changing your mindset, right? It's dealing with that paradigm. And then you can recognize it, right? You can recognize it. I should have recognized it quicker, but I didn't. And I'm going to admit that. But I did recognize it within a day. So I did recognize it. And I did some, you know, a book was calling to me. I had an intuitive hit to read this book. And, you know, it was a short read. And I had ordered it probably about a month ago, and with intentions of reading it, and hadn't gotten to it. So you also have to sometimes ask yourself, you know, the paradigm came in, the universe wanted me to read this book. Maybe it all happened because I needed to dig deeper with that paradigm, and I needed to read this book. And it really, really did speak to me. So, you know, you can't always just dwell on the situation that happened. You need to go inside and figure out why. Ask yourself, why did I react that way? Why am I feeling this way, right? So here's a good exercise to help you face your fears, okay? Identify the situation or the person in your life that you're afraid of, or, you know, you need to resolve to deal with the fear immediately. Don't allow it to control you or make you unhappy, okay? So deal with it, right? Like I said a couple minutes ago, face your fear. When you decide to face any fear-inducing situation, you automatically grow, okay? And that's what I did. Your self-esteem increases, your confidence goes up, and you become more courageous. So I'm going to leave it at this. And I'm probably going to write some more about this on my blog and go a little deeper with more tips. So if you want, I will let you know and reach out to me, and I'll be doing that blog in the next day or so. And if you would like to take a look at that, let me know. And I'll share it with you. So everyone, have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.